love this lens. I love the look we have right now. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're my one subscriber, mwah, I love you. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. I never thought I would be saying those words. Well, no, I thought I would be saying those words. I never thought I would publish those words on the internet, because scary. But here I am, here you are, here we are together. So yeah, I guess I posted again. How crazy is that? Anyways, as the title says, this video is mainly a huge disclaimer. I'm starting a 5 essay series, not counting this one as an essay. And for some reason, I feel like I need a whole essay just for disclaimers. Probably because I chose the most clickbaity title ever. Probably. But I don't know. Here I am, doing my little disclaimer thing. So let's go. First of all, I'm gonna walk you through the 5 essays that I'm gonna talk about, in case like you're not interested or it just doesn't call you or whatever. You can just forget about me, forget about this video and skip. But if you're interested in any of these topics, stay tuned and subscribe, because I'm going to be talking about this. So the first essay is called Be a Tryhard. And the whole shtick of it is about how we forgot to try. Like, we started saying things like, oh, you're so nonchalant, oh, you're so cool and swaggy for not giving a shit, and stuff like that. And I don't want that. I don't want that. I want to bring caring back. I want to bring trying back. And the first essay is about that. The second essay is called Create More Than You Consume. That, for me, it's incredibly controversial, because we consume a lot, and to create more than you consume is borderline self-exploitation. So the second essay is more focused towards how you can healthily create, how you can healthily consume, and where to draw a line between toxic productivity and healthy creativity. So that's the second essay. The third essay is called Go Analog. Everyone and their mom has been seeing the going analog trend, I think. In my opinion, in my For You page, it's everywhere. Might be because I'm whimsical like that, but I think it's basically in everybody's For You pages right now. The going analog thing, switching to a flip phone, writing things down on a notebook instead of your note app, things like those. And I'm also going to touch upon how that can fall into the consumerist trap, because of course you have to buy all this stuff in order to go analog, when you could just buy one stuff, aka a phone, and that's that. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about that in the third essay. Then the fourth essay is called Research as a Hobby, which is a big topic for me, because I am passionate about researching anything. Like, I love researching. And I want to share my tips and tricks with you, and how it can make you not just a more intelligent person, but also a better person. Like, as in ethics and morals, I'm very political with what I say. I am incredibly political with everything that I say, so have that in mind when you're watching my videos. So yeah, we're going into politics of researching as a hobby. On hobbies also, we're gonna touch upon hobbies. But that's on another essay. And then we have the 5th essay, which is document everything, and how you can document everything. You can journal, you can record it, you can vlog, you can paint your life. Just record it somehow, like through pictures, through film, whatever you want, but record it somehow, because, well, you'll know why if you watch that video. Anyways, let's start with the disclaimer. It's important for me to clarify a few things before getting started with the actual meat, with the actual essays. So the first disclaimer that I want to do is that the title is satirical. Okay? You don't need to become a cool girl because you already are a cool girl. I'm using the most clickbaity title possible so that you get enraged and go like, I don't need to be a cool girl. Cool girl speech by Amy Dunne is shit and I don't want to be a cool girl. So it's satirical, okay? Don't come at me. Some of the points I make along these essays, I'm gonna be reading a bit because I have it all noted down, so I might read a bit. Anyways, I think this one should be pretty obvious, but I don't think I managed to make the point across in the 5 essays that constitute this series, so I might as well explain. The cool girl has been around since before the word cool was invented. My intention with these essays is to make a bit of fun out of this term at the same time that I provide actual tips and useful information for people to feel cool themselves. Not because they aren't already, but because it's hard to feel anything other than stress and anxiety in this time and age. Take it all with a grain of salt. And remember that being a cool girl is extremely problematic for several reasons I'll come to explain down the line. My disclaimer too is about my background, because I think it's important to state my background. As I said earlier, I am super political about everything that I say and do and whatever. So I'm gonna share with you a bit about myself so that you can get to understand my points a little better. Hey there! Editing me, just realized that I forgot to introduce myself. So, hi, I'm Red. I'm the mind behind the Red Project, which is a creative agency through which I intend to help creatives basically out with their entrepreneurial journey from a sustainable, healthy, creative point of view instead of a capitalistic, consumeristic hustle culture. So that's me. I'm 21 years old. I have BPD, borderline personality disorder, and I talk about culture and productivity as a bad thing and creativity as a good thing. So yeah, if you're interested, subscribe. So, first of all, my gaze is that of a medium-class, European, 21-year-old, gender-fluid, bisexual woman right now, in this moment in time. So that's that. Some of the points I make along these essays can and most probably will come out as elitist, not because it was my intention to discriminate lower classes, but because I write out of my own POV and experiences. I do my research for every essay, of course, but most of the content I consume comes from the same age and class range as me. And I've come to identify some of these characteristics more than once. I talk to an audience of creative people, mostly women, who can afford a more intentional lifestyle and invest in non-convenient resources for the sake of art and overall healthiness. Going analog or trying as hard as you can on everything you do is easy to advise when one has the time and money to talk from a privileged place, and not from the place of someone who doesn't have time to waste or energy to put into more creative outlets. It's important to me that you keep this in mind as you read me or listen to me. I am not shaming anyone's lifestyle, and I'm highly aware of how many different circumstances one can live under. So that's my second disclaimer. How my gaze obviously bias my work, like where I come from and what I consume, shapes everything that I write or everything that I think and everything that I do. So I want to make that clear, that I'm not shaming anyone, like, oh, you're not doing this, so you're not cool, or you're not doing that, so you're not cool. Because I know that many people don't have the same privilege as I do. And I just wanted to say that these are tips for people in my range, sort of. And if you are not one of those people, I'm really sorry if you feel discriminated or not represented by these video essays. And then the third disclaimer is the long ass list of resources that I have. Like, I write my own content, I do my own content, but I research a lot. So yeah, I have a long ass list of resources that I will link down, I will refer to while speaking, I'll just share with you. And I don't claim any of the information I provide as purely my own. I'll talk more in depth about my process in the future, but I basically compile external information and then write it down with my own words, reflections, and feelings. I will, for each essay, provide with every single piece of media I utilize for the creation of said essay. Maybe even more than I didn't end up using, but I find interesting or somehow related to the topic at hand. I hope you all get to enjoy this media as much as I did in the process of creating this series, and I highly encourage you to check it all out after reading my work. And then I wrote a conclusion, because every piece of media needs a conclusion, I think. Maybe not. Does visual art need a conclusion? Share that in the comments if you know. I don't. Another topic to research, yay! Anyways, the conclusion I wrote is the following. This is a very summarized introduction to the work I'm about to present to you. I hope I managed to make my point across and nothing important was left out. If you're interested in this and more works that will come afterwards, consider subscribing to my newsletter completely for free so that my updates reach you efficiently and it becomes easier for you to read me. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. So that's that. That's all. That's my little disclaimer video. Expect videos weekly because first of all, I'm kind of busy because I research a lot, so I get myself into so many courses and so many like lessons and subjects and stuff, so I'm kind of busy. But on the other side, I'm also kind of lazy, so about that, expect like one video per week, and if 1 week I don't post, I'm really sorry. I will, however, do YouTube posts like those that are written text, like a tweet or something, By the way, I don't use Twitter. Don't use Twitter, you guys. Twitter sucks. Use Blue Sky. I am not paid by Blue Sky, obviously. I have 1 subscriber. But yeah, that's pretty much my disclaimer video. And see you in the next one. Thank you so much for your time, for your attention, for your like if you gave me one, for your subscription if you gave me one, for your bell ringing if you gave me one for notifications, and for your comments if you are going to comment, or if you're not, thank you. Just thank you for listening to me. Yep. And stress over disclaimers. Mwah. Bye.